Chris and Larry. Hi, how are you?
Hey Jen, how are
Hey,
you?
Jen.
So you're living far away from home. Where are you guys originally from, and where are you right now?
I was born and raised in Buren,
I'm from Mount Pearl.
and now I've been living in Dublin for the past 3.5 years.
What's it like being in Dublin?
It's been great living in Dublin. COVID life isn't as great. It's been a very boring year, I'm sure, for everyone around the world. But Ireland in particular has been quite strict on the rules. So we've been largely been in lockdown since March. The biggest thing I'm still annoyed about is that pubs have never opened up. Pubs have been closed since March.
The few days before St. Patrick's Day, they closed. It was a sad way to start isolation.
Yeah, it was super hard. And to be honest, Ireland without pubs is like Disneyland without Mickey Mouse. It is a big part of the culture here. It's a big part of the opportunity to be able to go and meet your friends, and it's been quite hard.
So let's talk a little bit more about that. What was it like that initial week when the changes came down?
So I was actually sick with COVID when it came down. I had a flu and I had a fever for a week. I had been to Belfast the weekend prior for a Pride event, and I'd been to a few clubs. And I came home and I was sick within 24 hours of coming home from Belfast. There wasn't enough testing to go around. It wasn't until afterwards that I was able to get an antibody test to prove that I had it before.
And so, Larry, did you get sick with it?
No, we live in a tiny studio. We're around each other all the time. If I was going to get it, it would have been while he had it, and so I'm very, very lucky that I haven't been sick.
So you guys went into lockdown and you're living in a studio apartment. How are you guys managing in such a small space?
Yeah, living in a small space during COVID, it definitely was a challenge at the beginning. We both work from home. We're on Zoom or Skype calls constantly. So it was at first one person in the bathroom or one person at the kitchen table. But in the end, we end up we bought a little gazebo tent. It's like a 2 meter by 2 meter tent, and we put it in we have a little courtyard, and it's only about the same. The courtyard's about the same size as the tent in the front of the apartment, and we just kind of alternate using that tent sometimes throughout the day.
So let's talk about grocery shopping for a second. What's it like going out to the stores there?
At first, going to grocery stores when lockdown first started was a bit of madness. People were stocking up on essentials. There was lineups around the block, especially for more low-cost grocery stores. It was just insane. So you kind of had to pace yourself or time yourself when you went to the grocery store, and you made sure to pick up as much as you could. We started going to some smaller little kind of privately owned or kind of out of the way convenience stores and grocery stores because there wasn't many people. And
Yeah, so basically we shopped at a Needs convenience store, basically. A Needs convenience store equivalent for
like
2 months.
like a Marie's mini mart. It cost a little more as well, but we just felt it was worth the safety to shop kind of more local and at a smaller store.
So in terms of restrictions right now, what's it looking like in Dublin?
Since the end of October and going for 6 weeks at least, they've locked everything down again. Essential shops are the only things that are open. All shops are closed. Other than that, bars never were open. Restaurants are closed except for takeaway. You can only go 5 kilometers from your house. You can't have friends over. You can't visit anybody. So it kind of limits a lot of opportunities to do much of anything. You can kind of mainly go for a walk around the block. That's it. We subscribe to every single live streaming service as possible. Netflix, Amazon, everything. We are watching all the things. We just finished Downton Abbey. So we're going strong. We're living based off of watching a lot of good shows.
How are you feeling these days? Are you homesick?
I think I'm always a little bit homesick. It's been 10 years that we've been living outside of Canada. And we both love home a lot. So most of our family is back there. So yeah, always kind of longing. It's being away from home. You always have one step on the rock.
At this point in time, we're spending all this time not doing anything, and we could be with our families or seeing our friends. Like we could be spending time. So it just seems like a bit of time wasted.
So are you coming home anytime soon?
Yes, very excited to say. Yeah, we are. We're gonna if they let us into the country, we're gonna be back for the holidays.
Oh, great. So Christmas at home.
Yeah, no place like it.
So do you have any other last words, parting words for home? Anyone who's left on the rock?
Let us back in. Please let us back in to Newfoundland. Let us home for Christmas.
We just want to say to everyone back home that we miss you, that we know you've had a hard year. It's been in isolation. It's been hard for us being away, and that we can't wait to get home and see you all and celebrate.
Everyone's jealous of how well Newfoundland is doing during all of this, so keep up the good work. Wear your mask. Don't go to clubs or go to massive parties. And let us back in for Christmas. Thank you.